Nearly done. What about this makes you think that it is beautiful CGI? What about it?
It just looks fake.
All
Looks
right.
like you have
What bit about it? What should it look like if it were real?
You have something dark at the back, and then you put a drawing. I put the circumference with the drawing. You put it against a black
right. Okay. Background. So far so far it's because this is black and this is the Earth, and that's why you think it's CGI. Is that correct?
Well, the way it looks.
No. Okay, you keep saying it looks fake. You're repeating the same claim, right? I get that that's the claim. I'm trying to get down to, are you making it up, or do you have a good fucking reason, or is it your unconscious bias that's doing it? Now, if you weren't biased, you'd be able to articulate a reason why you think it's fake. So if, and you started, it's that this is black, right? So I've got that this is black, right? So if this wasn't fake, would this not be black? And if it wouldn't be, what color would this be?
Well, maybe it wouldn't just be black. There would be some tone variations and things, stars and things like that. But listen.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa. So the reason why you think it's fake is this is black, right? And if it wasn't fake, let me get this straight. If it wasn't fake, there would be stars in here, correct?
I know you're going to be talking about exposure, but my point is the whole thing looks fake.
Yes, I know. You're repeating the same claim like a crazy person. We're beyond that now. I get the claim. Absolutely get the claim. You keep repeating it like an indoctrinated, biased cult like crazy member. I'm now simply asking you why.
But I know the script. And next thing you'll be doing, you'll be calling Hasselblad to discuss exposure from the camera and all that.
I don't need to call Hasselblad. I don't need to call Hasselblad. Can you explain to me what exposure is, please?
See, you want to talk about exposure, so I was right.
Sorry. Okay. Really quickly, is exposure not important?
There is something I want to say.
No, wait a minute. Is exposure not important? Yes or no?
I don't care about exposure.
Okay? Brilliant. You've just said that the stars in the background. Nearly done. You just said that the stars in the background are the reason why you think this is fake, or the lack of. You've then said, I'm going to move on to exposure, which means somehow you kind of know that exposure might be involved here. And I'm saying, okay, so can you tell me, so do you think it's invalid, the exposure argument, correct?
Yeah, because so
it's invalid. It's invalid. Is it invalid? Yes or no? Exposure argument invalid, yes or no? I don't want any more claims. We're just dealing with one claim at the moment. We've got down to the blackness so far. Jesus.
Yes, right. It's invalid because if you're in space and if it's full of stars, where are the damn stars?
Awesome. So exposure's completely got you. Exposure's completely invalid. Can you tell me what exposure? Nearly done. Can you tell me what exposure is, please? Because in order for you to decide that it's invalid, it would be incredibly biased and dishonest of you to not know what it is, right?
See, you want me to take you to your body of knowledge?
No, I'm asking you, if you make a... Stop, Judge, if you make a claim that something is not relevant, do you think it is honest and sound and not indoctrinated and unbiased to know enough about it to substantiate that claim? Or do you think that if you're biased, if you're dogmatic in your view, if you're in a cult, that you don't need to know what exposure is, you can simply just say it's not exposure? So I'm sure you're not in that cult. I'm sure you're not biased. So now I'm just wanting to verify that. Can you tell me what exposure is, please?
Stingray, the challenge here was to look at a photo as a normal, unbiased observer, without conditioning, without bias. But you're bringing in theories and justifications for things being this way. But can't you just look at the photo as a normal human being?
So
Can't you do that?
So let's have a look at this.
Can't. You have
we have to have knowledge in order to say something is not valid. You can't simply incredulously deny it in a cult-like and biased way. So my question to you is to demonstrate that you are not biased and you are not cult-like when you said exposure has nothing to do with this and it's invalid. Please tell me what the fuck exposure is so that I may know you have a sound, unbiased and non-cult-like fucking epistemology for saying so. Please.
I'm telling you, a normal person in that if you are at that distance from Earth and looking at Earth, you would expect to see if there is a sphere, you would see the sphere and its context.
So we're gonna move past the point of they created this using CGI in a time where CGI wasn't a thing, and whoopsie, they forgot the easiest thing to do, which is the stars. Let's just put that to the fucking side for 2 seconds. Let's put that to the side for 2 seconds. Can you tell me why exposure is not a valid reason for this, please?
Well, I don't know about the exposure. You see,
okay, now we got there. So now my question is this. Do you think it was a little bit biased and indoctrinated of you to say that exposure isn't a factor in this when you can't define what exposure is? Do you think you'll do better next time?
No, because the challenge here was to look at the photo and get the sensation and the feeling of it. Does it look real or is it fake?
Is the feeling of a photo?
See, you did exactly what I predicted, Stingray. See, you're following the script.
I'm going to show. No, I'm actually bringing it up to say no. Nearly done. I'm actually nearly done. I'm bringing him up to show him that I don't need him because I'm going to do exactly the same fucking thing.
You missed a solo comment.
No, yeah, but I'd already started setting this up, which is why I brought you up. I'm there like, hang about, I've got a perfect thing at the moment because it's daylight next to a speaker. Wait a minute, let me turn this on.
You're bringing a cult member. You're bringing someone from your cult.
So here we go, Georgina.
I'm here by myself.
I'm going to show you something. Right, okay. So let's switch this over to my camera feed. Do you see this, Georgina? Can you see this? Yeah.
Well, I see a lot of.
Yeah. Can you see? Let's stop this. Let's stop with the stories. Stop with the stories. Stop with the stories. Stop with the stories. Now, given a situation that is objective, how would we determine whether someone is looking at it in a unbiased way or a biased way? What would we look for?
Well, it depends on the situation. But if you look at that photo of the blue marble and you think it's completely normal not to see any stars, you're just trying to justify things.
Okay, cool.
You're trying to be like the advocate for nothing.
Yeah, I got you. So how, using exactly the same fucking words again, would we determine whether looking at this photo, we're doing it in an unbiased way or a biased way? What would be the differences?
Well, when I tell you that looking at it, it looks fake to me.
Oh my goodness. Please just answer the question. Please just answer the question.
I get from this
no. Please just wait a minute. Whoa. Please answer the question. So, in looking at this photo, how would we determine that someone is looking at it in a biased way as opposed to an unbiased way? What would be the differences? And you can't start with, they're not concluding the same thing as you, because that's fucking bias. Can you just tell me what we would look for? There's no conclusion at the moment. What would we look for?
I'm telling you, if this was real, it wouldn't look like a
Oh
fucking
my
cartoon.
God. Holy shit. You are fucking indoctrinated. Why can you not answer the question? Why is it about what you think and your supposed assumed reality? I'm asking you a question independent to your reality. I'm asking you a question independent of your reality. Do you not get this? I'm asking you, if we were to look at this, or if someone was to look at this, how would you or I determine whether they're looking at the veracity of this photo in a bias or unbiased way? Can you give me how we would determine the difference? It's not fucking hard.
I think the question is simple. Does it look real?
Oh my God, you're not answering the question. I'm not asking about the fucking image, Giorgino. Do not mention the fucking image again.
I told you, a person, unbiased person, is concerned with the truth and
holy shit, I know this. That's the definition of being unbiased, or that's one of the attributes of being unbiased. I'm saying, what would they do to look at this and they'd be doing something biasly? What is that thing? As opposed to what does the unbiased person do when looking at this? Can you articulate a difference, or do you not know?
Well, the unbiased person leads his life.
No, oh my God! Holy shit!
In an objective way, concerned with truth about everything. You cannot
answer a fucking goddamn question, can you?
Biased about others. You are just a guy that.
You can't answer a goddamn question.
I don't understand the question.
Okay, we've got two people. We've got two people that evaluate this image, right? Two people. They come out with two different theories. Yeah. Now we want to figure out if their views are biased or unbiased. What the fuck do we look for in what they've done and who they are in relation to the veracity of photography? What would we do?
Well, firstly, you don't care about what they have done and who they are.
Oh my fucking Christ! Can you answer a goddamn question?
You just want to evaluate what people do.
Please just tell me what the difference would be, or I'm dropping you.
Oh, that's how you win your arguments, Stingray.
This isn't an argument. This is you refusing to answer anything. Can you tell me? Can you tell me?
Maybe you're getting desperate, Stingray.
Can you tell me what the difference would be?
I'm trying to tell you that...
be very careful as well, because I will unceremoniously ban you from my channel if you very much keep calling me a liar, a shill, and then refusing to have a conversation while still calling me a liar, a shill, dishonest and biased, when the only thing you've ever done is be dishonest and incredulous when I've asked you questions. I've been very tolerant so far. I am simply asking you, if and it's for your opinion, there's not even a correct fucking answer here. I'm saying in your worldview, there are two people that evaluate this image. One comes to the conclusion it's fake. The other comes to the conclusion that it's absolutely real. If we were to, so we've got two, it's a 50-50, right? How would we determine if these individuals, A or B, looked at it in an unbiased or biased way? What would we look for? It's really fucking simple. There's actually loads of answers. I'm just wanting a few out of you.
Well, if the person is bringing the knowledge and all that and what he learned at university, this guy is clearly biased.
Okay.
I would say. If this guy is just going on his gut feeling, this guy is independent and is an independent thinker. And you can trust his opinion.
Okay, so it's the person that didn't learn anything at college looking at this and just going with what they feel, correct? That's unbiased.
Yeah, the person that didn't accept the indoctrination.
Okay, cool. So What do you mean by indoctrination in this sense, related specifically to this?
Well, it's what you learned at the university.
So all of knowledge learned at university. Right. Okay. Brilliant. All information, let's say about photography, light, and all that kind of stuff in university is indoctrination, correct?
Well, the problem is some of it is, some of it isn't. But
how do you determine? Right. Okay. Brilliant. So some got you. No, we're there. So some of it is, some of it isn't. Can you give me an example of something that would be in photography indoctrinated in university and something that isn't, so that I know what you mean by this?
But there's something about photography that it's a bit weird. Like, you know, people, they don't look the same in the photography than they do in real life. Like I was trying to tell you earlier.
Right. So wait a minute. Stop. Georgino. Wait. I'm gonna ask you something. Right. Well, this is for you, Georgino. Hasselblad, when you're doing portraits, is it very important that you match the human eye and how people look aesthetically so they don't look fucking whacked out weird?
In general, yes.
Is there a specific thing that you do or you cater for when taking those photos that allows that to fucking happen?
It would be a combination of specific things. Like my focal length choice will allow them to look normal rather than some weird distortion. Lighting temperature would matter. Exposure would matter. Like if I want their true skin tone to match what they look like in real life, then white balance, lighting temperature, and exposure are all things I have to take into account to make them look like they do in real life.
Cool. Right, Georgino, really quickly, how has Hasselblad been indoctrinated with something that he can apply in reality that is either successful or not and matches and works? How would that be indoctrination out of interest, Georgino?
Well, if you get knowledge, you can use it to justify what you want to. So let's say you can with knowledge you can make something that it's not real seem real because you have justifications for everything.
Okay, is that a knowledge claim? Do you have first-hand knowledge of being able to do this, or is it just something that you incredulously and biasly made up?
Yeah, because science in general allows you to do that. You can get, you can know the argument.
That's fantastic, Georgino. That's utterly, love it. Can you give me one example, one evidence to justify your belief, to make sure that you're not a cultist member that just made that up by being biased about it?
Maybe you have already made up your mind that I'm a cultist.
No. I'm asking. No. I'm asking. No. Whoa. I'm asking. Can you demonstrate? Nearly done. Can you demonstrate? I'm sorry, Georgino. Can you demonstrate to me that you're not a cultist member by giving me one little bit of evidence that leads you to believe that, you know, knowledge about the real world within science, that people have done that to make shit up and be biased? Have you got a good reason to believe in that? Surely there's one little bit of evidence, one thing that you can quote where that's been the case, right?
Yes, you can use science to justify anything.
Okay, cool. Could I justify that you are incredulous and biased with science, do you think?
Yeah, of course you can.
Could I justify that you know? Nearly done. Could I justify? Nearly done. Can you justify? Can I justify using science that you know everything there is to know about photography and can make a realistic, determinate conclusion about this photo using science?
Listen.
Oh,
there is no.
Wait a minute. Can I do that or not? Can I do that or not? Yes, right. I can do that. Using science, I can justify that you know everything there is about photography and could make deterministic conclusions about this photo, right? Using science, I can do that.
But if I think this is a cartoon,
no. Okay, so wait a minute. So there's not everything then. I can't do anything with science because I can't demonstrate that you know what the fuck you're on about with this image. So can we take everything off the table or anything off the table when we say that next time, please? Now, can you give me one example in science where someone has been incredibly biased, it's become mainstream, and everybody just accepts it, that is demonstrably false? Just one.
In science, I can think of some experimental medical treatment that was widely accepted in recent years.
Experimental medical treatment, did he say?
Yes.
What would that be?
Can't you think of an emergency experimental new treatment that was given for free for the whole population?
Talking about the COVID vaccine.
Yeah, so the COVID or MRI vaccines have been around for ages. It was rushed through. Nearly done. So the vaccine was a product of a commercial department using science to develop it. Statistics and the way that the data was gathered was absolutely science, absolutely was, had a methodology, had the data, and stored it. The conclusions made around it and the deployment was made by governments. Maybe with slight scientific knowledge, but it was their opinion. It is not an absolute. It was never an absolute. It was a calculated risk.
Trust the science? Trust the science, bro? Wasn't that the motto?
Yeah, so the science said, or the statistics said something, but when they say trust the science, they're on about trust the numbers, and this is their conclusion when they trust the numbers. You might have had other people looking at those numbers and said, well, actually, we think it means this. Because at the point when you leave those numbers and statistically you interpret what that means, that's not science, that's opinion. So try again. A government does not make a scientific decision that is scientific. They make a determination based on data that was gathered scientifically and a strategy around that. Right or wrong is irrelevant. That's not the science of it. The science is about gathering what's objective. The subjective part is saying this means this.
Oh,
so try again.
Can be used for political ends.
No. Oh, well, actually, yeah, people can use science to further... Nearly done, was nearly done. Don't fucking do that again. That's your last warning when you're interrupting me. Last warning.
I don't want to upset you.
You're already done it. It's now just a matter of how much. You overtalk me again, I will get very upset.
We can talk some other day when you're calmer.
No, we can't, Georgina.
When your caffeine kicks
No,
in.
we can't. I didn't actually get a coffee. I got a lemonade instead because I decided it was too late in the day for coffee, which also pissed me off. So my question is this. Yes, you can. Politicians can use scientific numbers and draw conclusions and actions from them and try and justify it. That's not science. It's not. Now, I'm coming back to the singular basic thing. Individual A looks at this image and says, hey, this is fake. Individual B says, hey, this is true. One of them is definitely biased. How do we determine which one? What would we look for? Is it A, the person who knows nothing about photography and went with their feelings? Or is it person B, the person that knows everything about photography and light and imaging and can demonstrate it? Which one of those do you think would be biased? Is it A, the person that knew nothing about it and drew conclusions anyway and made assumptions? Or is it B, the person with the knowledge that can demonstrate it within objective reality? Which one of those do you think is bias?
For the thing we were trying to do was to look at a picture in an unbiased way. Having no knowledge is more advantageous it's an advantage because you.
So was it an advantage you not knowing what exposure was when evaluating an image and claiming that the stars should be there? Do you think that was an advantage or a disadvantage?
I think it was.
So let me get this straight. Yeah. Let me get this straight. So look at this. This is simulating an imaging sensor, right? This is done with exposure latitudes. I am now going to alter the exposure of the image of the moon with the light bouncing off it, like so. Do you see something here? So this is demonstrating exposure latitude. That's all that this is doing. It's the concept of the amount of light that enters the camera.
Does it tell you how many stops you're altering?
Yeah. So this is 5. This is... Oh, actually. Oh, shit. No, I'd have to convert it. Fuck. I could do. I could do, though. No, so it's an exposure unit value of, like, its multipliers. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, it is stops. Fuck. Wait a minute. I thought it was. So that's... this is 1. This is -1. Negative 20. No, -5. There we go. That'll show us detail. And this is +10. This is +7. So yes, it does, Hasselblad. There you go. How cool is that? And that is neutral, and that's negative. I have it on -4 actually to show detail, or -6 to show absolute detail. So the point about this, Giorgino, is it someone that understands exposure now that you think is better placed to understand why stars don't appear? Or do you think it's the person that just says, trust me, bro, it doesn't make a difference? Is it the person that can go out and demonstrate in the real world, demonstrate it with an exposure graph and the latitude of an imaging sensor? Or is it the person that says, I don't need to know any of that, they should just be here, and then shuts their eyes and rocks backwards and forwards again?
Yeah, because the guy with the knowledge about the exposure can be more sneaky and can use that knowledge to his advantage. Or
Fun fact, your little test that you just did there matches what I did in real life. Around 20 steps difference.
Yeah, I know it does. And it's incredibly accurate because I made, remember when I was asking about the moon silicate, what would it be here on Earth? What would the color be, kind of? And then I asked Francis, and then I looked up some information and I set it to be that, as in that is it. These are the diffusion properties of the lunar surface and the background stars. So I knew it'd be, I didn't know that it would be very accurate, but I knew that it'd be slightly on the right track.
I remember that conversation. Yeah, I did that in real life back when we were doing the measurement to the moon. And I was like, wait a second, let me see what the exposure difference is between the stars and exposing for the moon so you can see detail. Yeah. And it was around 20 stops or so.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's, wait a minute, so this is -10, and this is +8 to get stars in the background. But I haven't leveled these stars yet. So
18.
I actually made the stars brighter in this texture. I do need to fix that. So yeah, you are probably right that it's more like that. But in order to get them, this is a texture that I use for my globe model. And in order to actually have them brighter and show up when I'm like dancing around the globe model, I wanted them brighter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also, there's a compositing thing that I've made a little glow. Oh, wait a minute, let me turn the glow off. Where's the glow? Ah, there we go. Yeah. So that's actually this will be more realistic now, because I had an atmospheric glow bounce on it, which kind of boosted things way too much because I just thought it looked better, but that's me being a visual artist rather than a scientist. I might leave that off, actually, and just leave it like this. Right, anyway. So, yeah, that's the exposure difference, guys. Flat Earth was real a while ago, not anymore. No, Flat Earth is not really real, ever. If Flat Earth was real, it's the most useless thing that has ever been real, ever, because you just can't do anything with it. You can't verify it, you can't measure it, you can't confirm it, and you can't use it in any fucking way, shape, or form. It's just a bit fucking weird. But anyway, JT, how you doing?
I've got a proposal.
Uh-oh. I'm getting married in about 4 weeks, so it's going to have to be. You're going to have to. There needs to be a head start on this, I think.
So this is my proposal. From now on, when you go to an emergency room, you have a medical emergency, they hold a lottery and say and select a winner from the people in the waiting room to who's going to perform your proper image, maybe. Because that person is more
unbiased.
They're more unbiased and have a better understanding than the professional doctor that went through medical school.
Nice.
And we should do the same thing at airport also. If you're going on a flight from, let's say, London City to, I don't know, Paris, it's a lottery. Whichever passenger wins that airplane, because they're unbiased and understand who spent 20 years doing the job. Yeah, that just works great. That's great logic.
Well, on that note, I'm going to run to the eye doctor. I'm going to drop down. Take care, guys.
All right, take it easy.
Yeah, and make sure you hold a lottery in the waiting room to see who's going to do your exam.
Yeah. I mean, it is a very weird thing to have, is consensus by people that don't have any knowledge. Little bit weird, not gonna lie. Little bit weird indeed. You got a really bad connection as well, JT. Just so you know.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna go in and out. Yeah, it's very
Does
sad.
public indecency give me credibility to speak on exposure?
Oh, wait a minute, 3 Dom. In Jorginho's epistemology, possibly because you could be unbiased. So there you go. Where are you going, JT? You going to work?
No. Going up to my farm to make sure stuff's prepared, because there's going to be a small tropical storm impacting it. So sure everything is squared away.
Oh, you got a storm coming in.
Can you unmod Jorginho? He's muting people.
No, Jorginho's muting people. I haven't seen anybody.
He's not a mod.
He is actually a mod.
I second that.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be muting people unless there's actual things. Can you tell me where Jorginho's muted people?
Let's see. Hold on. You can go in.
Yeah, someone in the comments said, I feel embarrassed that Jorginho is fellow Portuguese. It's something along them lines. They didn't say anything horrible, and then that comment disappeared and Jorginho muted it because that's all that was said.
I've heard that he also made me cry.
Oh yeah, no, you can't do that, Jorginho. Absolutely not. I don't. People can't mute other people here for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't insulting.
For a different,
said,
for a difference of opinion, no. That's not a done thing.
He was abusing his mod's power.
Yeah, wait a minute. Jorginho, you're muting people because they disagree with you. Or say that...
Stingray, these guys... Well, you can remove me from being a mod, but these guys are, really upset because of that, and they want to make things up. I muted the guy, that Portuguese guy, Alex, for 60 seconds because he told me I was a prostitute and I was shaming my country, and he was just being annoying.
He didn't say that in chat.
He did say before that comment, he was calling me something ugly. He was a rude guy, but I only muted him for 60 seconds.
Oh no, that's fine. No, if he did say that or it was being that insulting, that's fine. I would expect that.
Yeah, and this was the first time I used the mod powers.
Yeah. No. Yeah. If someone's doing a direct insult and it's not about your belief, but it's about something else that's unjustified, I don't mind people being muted for a certain amount of time saying that. Because they've said stuff like that.
And he's exaggerating it. Nothing like that was said whatsoever. The guy just felt bad as a fellow person from Portugal. And
Well, wait a minute. So, Jorginho, you can't mute someone from Portugal by saying you're shitting on our culture because we were kings of discovering most of planet Earth for trade during the 1200s to let's say 1600s. That's something that is objectively a thing they can say, but they can't say that you're a prostitute. That's a bit weird.
But it's a bit personal, invoking my nationality, because we are talking here as human beings trying to find truth.
In Jorginho's defense, Ruben Neves is the GOAT.
I don't know who Ruben. Okay, but yeah. So I would just say, yeah. I mean, if you're only muting for 30 seconds and it was because of a personal insult, that's fine. But for someone to say, you're disrespecting Portugal's great place in the discovery of our planet, that's just objectively true. It doesn't matter whether you disagree with it. Ignoring it. You're ignoring the heritage and the great nation of Portugal. And I say that being a Brit, where Portugal won the Asian trade race between my great empire and the Portuguese trading fleet. So, yeah.
But I had nothing to do with that. I wasn't involved in those conquests.
No, but it is part of Portuguese history.
Jorginho called me fat because my blood type is ice cream.
Oh my God! I've got ice cream.
Your people, your boys, they want to attack me in every possible way.
I get that you've got a significant...
Hated.
No, you're not hated.
But the biggest problem is that you're giving me too much attention for their liking.
Yeah, but wait a minute. No. The reason why I give you attention is in TTS, you just keep saying lies, indoctrination, script. So when you do that, I want you to get up here and explain exactly fucking how, when the only person that's indoctrinated and makes assumptions based on no knowledge and just based on feelings is you. And we demonstrated that.
Given mod status.
But anyway, you're right. Let's just not talk for today, Jorginho, right? Let's just leave it.
Okay.
Indeed. Right, anyway. Chris, how are you doing? And how the fuck did you get up on the board? That's annoying.
Jorginho,
how come
you say
Hugo
Stingray is giving you exposure?